Hi everyone, it's Kalei Lagunero. Today I'm going to talk about some of my favorite go-to eyeshadow palettes that have been in rotation for a little bit for me. I wanted to share these with you because they are all I've been grabbing and all I've been using in tutorials. So I'm going to jump right in with my very first one, which is the Jackie Aina palette. I am enjoying this palette. I feel like Jackie did such an amazing job on this palette. All the colors, the tones, the way that it's laid out, it is incredible. If you can still get this palette, I highly recommend that you get it. A lot of the colors I like to use as mixing colors or bases for other eyeshadow palettes. In this palette, the colors that I love are Ginger, Lituation, Sponsored Credit, Edges. Those are like, that's where I stay in this palette, but it was so worth the money. Jackie did such an amazing job and I absolutely love it. So definitely check this out. I have tutorials using it. You can find it here on YouTube. Just go to my main channel page and then type in Jackie Aina and you'll see all the content that I have on this. I also have some Instagram videos and on my blog I shot like a full spread. So if you guys want to see those, you can check those out as well. The next palette is from LA Girl. This is the Get Feverish palette. I want to say that I use this palette here on YouTube, but it has become one of my favorite palettes. I'm wearing it on my eyes today with a new Laura Mercier Caviar Stick. This is in the shade Sienna. If you want to see a makeup tutorial on how I got this eye look, let me know. It is so easy. It's basically these two products with some mascara and it was good to go. I am enjoying this look. I am enjoying the tone. And I love how I made myself look like I didn't have a hooded lid. I've been using this palette so much. I love the tones of it. I love how my eyes look with it. The mattes in this palette are so creamy. They're so pigmented, and I hate to say so pigmented, but they really are. The saturation of color in these mattes, they don't blend away and they're not very powdery at all. And I am just loving the color story, the tones. It has a mirror inside of it and it was very affordable. So if you're looking for this palette, it's the GES 415 Get Feverish palette. It works with so many other eyeshadow formulas. It's just amazing. So I highly recommend that one. And if you want another one, this one's very similar in the color story. This is the Rimmel Spice Edition palette. So I've been using this all last year. This was all I was using. And I know a lot of you purchased this based on my recommendation and you guys love it as well. But it's the same color story. I'll kind of compare and show you guys what it looks like. So if you have one, you don't need the other unless you want to experience the mattes and the Get Feverish palette, because the mattes, they're not terrible in the Rimmel. This is the Rimmel. This is the LA Girl. It's not terrible, but it's definitely a step up. I feel like this is more of a luxury palette, even though it's drugstore compared to this one, but this one's not bad at all. So the next palette I want to talk about is the Scott Barnes palette. This is his Snatchel palette. He also has another one called Color Balm, but I got the Snatchel and I don't regret it at all. I mean, I know the price is pretty high up there, but if you think about it, he's a makeup artist, so he knows exactly what he likes, the textures, the formulas, the blend, the payoff, how much it dissolves into another color, how it layers, how just everything he thinks about this stuff as a makeup artist. So I really like buying makeup artists products and palettes because I visually see from like his tutorials and from just pictures that I see of him doing JLo's face and models, it's exactly what I like and it's just gorgeous. He is an artist by trade. He is a painter, so he paints with light. He does his eye makeup. He like, I don't know, he paints the face just so beautiful. So I went ahead and I got the Snatchel palette. It is gorgeous, so worth the money. All the colors I have touched, I have used, and I love. So if you guys want to see a tutorial on this palette, let me know. It's not going to be as beautiful with the product shots or anything like that because I just wanted to get right into it and just use it. I didn't want to take a picture of it. I was just so excited to try it, so that's what I did. But I find beauty in beat up used palettes too. So I will be doing some fun video shots on this palette, but I do want to do a look, I have like several looks that I like to do, and I watch his videos and all of that stuff like all the time. Anytime that he has a new video, I'm watching it because I just really like his artistry. So highly recommend this one if you're looking for a luxury palette. I have not purchased another palette. I mean, some have been sent to me, but I haven't truly purchased another palette since that one, and I got that I think in like February, I think. So yeah, this is a great palette, a great addition. I love that I can build up the colors, I can layer the colors. Some of my favorite shades are on the bottom row, surprisingly. So the bottom row, they're more cooler tones in my opinion, and I'm not a cool tone person, but the way that he formulated these colors and created these colors, it's just so gorgeous. If you like JLo's makeup, you're gonna like that palette. I love it. He uses on JLo, he used samples on her, he said that inside one of his videos. So I was like, I need that palette and I love it. So highly recommend that one. So many people were asking me what I had in my eyes in one of my Instagram stories, and it was this one from Profusion. I love Profusion. I have said many times, multiple times before, that I used to use Profusion back when they had the big Christmas kits, and then they just went on the come up. They have so many amazing eyeshadow palettes. This is one of the newer ones that I get to try. This is the recent one that was sent to me, and it's called the Nude Eyes. So I like the packaging of it. It's like a little tin pencil case. The colors in it are so gorgeous. I love the shade Terrific mixed with Zing and Devious, and Vibes is just a really good color. So I was wearing like a lot of these shades down here, but all of them I have touched, I have swatched, I have used, I've buffed on the eye, used alone, used with other products, and I think that this one works really well, and it's affordable. They also come with brushes. I mentioned on an Instagram story that Profusion came out with their own brush line, and years ago I was like, I hope they come out with their own brushes because they really take time with their brushes. The dual-ended ones, I still have them. I use them like all the time. This is one of their brushes. This is not a new one, but it's one of their brushes. I have it here somewhere. I've been using them. But yeah, I'm just so proud and so happy for Profusion. Anything that they have, I really like. I mean, there are some products that I don't really like and they don't work for me, but for the most part, their shimmers are some of my favorite shimmers at the drugstore. This is the 21 Matte Press Powder palette, and I got this from CVS, I want to say, CVS. Charity is sold online. That's where I usually get them, but they are also sold at CVS. So I went ahead and I purchased this palette because I've been looking at it for a while. I have a lot of Charity products. I like a lot of Charity products. They have like a peach palette that I really love. They have liquid lipsticks that are amazing. I have like a bunch of liquid lipsticks here that I like to use. My sister really loves these. So yeah, I had to mention this palette because I think that this is a fun, colorful palette, and I'm not really a color person anymore, but when I do want pops of color, I like to grab this palette. It's pressed pigments, so they are matte and they pack a punch. Like I can do a small wash, or I can really take it to the edge and do full on color. I usually do a wash of color these days. I'm older, so I feel like it's not that flattering for me to do a full bold eye, although I still do sometimes. But all the colors are so beautiful, and I had to mention this one because I have been grabbing this for pops of color. This one wasn't that expensive in my opinion, but if you want to just start off with color, this is a great one to try from Rimmel London. And I'm just mentioning this really quick because yeah, I was playing with it the other day. I was playing with the purple tones and I thought they were so pretty. I really enjoy the Charity matte palette. I have other palettes from them and they're very consistent with their formulas, and I don't get irritated by them even though they have like vibrant red colors. They don't irritate my eyes. Now they do have a slight stain to the skin if you pack it on and if you're wearing it for a very long time, but again, it does not irritate my eyes. But I would definitely like swatch and patch test just to be sure, because I know red shades and pinks and stuff, sometimes they're hard to wear. So I know almost everybody has this palette. If you don't have this palette, this is a great addition to all of the palettes that I have mentioned. Highly recommend this one. This is the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals palette, and I bought this on the very first launch. I was so excited for her. I'm a fan of Glam Life Guru. I watch a lot of her tutorials. I just admire her dedication when she used to upload like every day. I tried doing that one year and I got burnt out. So I don't know how she did it, but she continues to do it. And I know she's winding down now and she's not doing 5 videos a week, but she's doing like 2 and 3, maybe sometimes 4, and I'm barely making 1 with our crazy life. So yeah, I had to mention this palette because I have been enjoying it so much. I bought it just strictly to take pictures for editorial vibes. But then I just found myself using it like just nonchalantly, and I love it. My favorite rows are Story and Ritual, but I really love Aura as well. I think all of these shades are beautiful. The sequin formula is like a treat for everybody else, but I just really love it. I've gotten so many compliments when I wear this palette, and it is so worth the money. It's actually worth more than what I paid for it, but I love the price point of her brand, and I cannot wait to see what she does next, but I just absolutely love this one. I know that the outside, it gets dirty, but you can wipe it. It's easy to wipe. The glitters are starting to kind of tremble out just a little bit, so I just lay it flat like this, but I also like to use the mirror as a mixing palette. I'll clean it, wash it off with alcohol, and I'll use it as like a mixing palette. So I just really lay it in front of me sometimes, but I really love this palette. This is a great addition to my collection, and I've just been using it again. I use a lot of palettes. Sometimes I'll use it with the Jackie Aina palette. Sometimes I will use it with the Spice Edition palette. Sometimes I'll use it on its own. It's just a really good versatile palette to have in your collection to kind of tie in everything. If you have a palette that doesn't really do it for you, this would probably be a great palette to have just to add like a little warmth at the end, or add a little more punch with, you know, the shade Memory, because it's such a beautiful black. So I really like this one. Highly recommend that from Tati Beauty. If you can get your hands on it, I would recommend that you get it. I think the Scott Barnes palette, Jackie Aina, and the Tati Beauty palette are like the 3 palettes that I was like, I don't regret buying it. I love it. I will continue using it. I notice when I don't have it, and I'll usually pull it out if I need something. Those are my 3 palettes that I'll go to. And then the Meet Matrimony palette from the Balm. I've been using this one. This is an all matte palette as well. I've been using this one a lot and often alone, and again mixed with other shades. It's very similar to the color story that's going on here. It's like very like berries, warm tones. There are some cool tones in there, but they're very sophisticated cool tone. I feel like all of the eyeshadow palettes that I mentioned today are very sophisticated, and they can take you from day to night. They can take you from light and subtle to bold and out there, and I really love the versatility of that, and that's what I look for in eyeshadow palettes. I look for a lot of versatility, and this one gives it to me as well, because I use a lot of these as transition shades for their palettes, and I love to build up the shades alone, because this whole row here, and then like these 2 here, these 5 are like some of my favorite shades to use when I just want a bare eye, but I want a little definition of something. I feel like the plum is just such a beautiful color. This is Matte Moswalsquis. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's just so beautiful. I love the shades. I recommend this palette. It's very affordable. You can get it, I believe, at Kohl's, or you can get it at thebalm.com. They have really good products. Their Scuba mascara is one that I use all the time, and it's highly rated by me. If you have watery eyes and you need a really good mascara that isn't going to budge, the Scuba mascara is the one to get. So with that being said, those are the eyeshadow palettes that I am enjoying currently right now. Again, we're going into a new rotation. We're going into a new season, so I'm going to bring out other palettes, but right now those are the ones that stand out to me, and if I had to buy them again, I definitely would. If you have any questions about them, please comment down below in the description box. You can also subscribe so you see more videos like this. Let me know what you would like to see in the comments box as well while you're writing down. Do you find these videos informational? Do you prefer a tutorial with it? Let me know. I am always keen to listening to feedback and trying to perfect the videos and make them something that you would like, and a place that you can go to and that you can trust for like honest feedback on palettes. Thanks so much for taking time to watch, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
This is love. I'm stretched out with the world below us. This is love. Could go up in smoke, but we never notice. It's got me slipping up. I just can't say it enough. This, the This is love.